If April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring? Obviously, it's pilgrims. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails. Today we're doing our 5v5 basic teams video, which means it's a longer video than usual. It's longer form content, and there's probably going to be timestamps. I hope I can be bothered to do them. I usually do them for these, so I'll go look for those. And let's get into it here, folks. First, there are more sophisticated, bigger picture videos for 5v5 defense and offense. You guys can check those out. They'll be linked in the video description. So go check those out. Huge shout out to my patrons. You guys are amazing. I couldn't do this without you. I really couldn't. Thank you guys so much. Truly. It means the world to me, guys. It really, really does. And if you want to support this channel for free, folks, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button. Like, subscribe, comment. Let's mount the algorithm. Do it. Do it for... I don't know. For your own reasons. Insert reason here. I'd rather just talk about Galaxy of Heroes, folks. So let's get into it. Whoa, we're in the game. That makes me happy. Let's do this, folks. Okay, so welcome to Prevail Man. This is my smaller account. It's starting to get a little bit bigger. Obvious, that's what she said reference, but we're at what? 10 million, just about 10 million. We have 3 Galactic Legends now, guys, and I'm actually pretty close to my 4th one. Things are getting serious here. I'm in KYBER 3, and I'll probably be getting up to KYBER 2 again eventually now that the squish has broken its hold on us. But we're in KYBER 3, and I pretty consistently face people with 8 Galactic Legends. With my 2 or 3 Galactic Legends, we can beat them because of the power of positive thinking. No, and also because we're better than everyone else. No, that's actually probably a little bit true, but yeah, here, isn't this great, guys? We can just hit that sim button. Wonderful, wonderful. So, what we're gonna do, folks, people want to always, they want to see what the context of this account is, and then I'll show you guys what we're doing, what we did last season in 5v5, and what changes we're gonna be making. So, the context of this account, yeah, you can see Jedi Master Luke. We need 3 more relic levels, folks, and it is really challenging to... it's just taking so long to get all of them. We just need 1 more on Hermit Yoda, 2 more on Lando, and then we can start farming Jedi Master Luke. So I would guess in 3v3, Jedi Master Luke will be unlocked at least. We'll have to see about that. Otherwise, the context of this account is... I have all the conquest characters at this point, except for the Ezra. I'll unlock this coming time. Like I unlock them after 6 months instead of 3. And I guess in the next couple weeks, you can look out for the next Do It the Lazy Way video for the next conquest that'll be here. I usually put a video out for that. And the idea is if you do it the lazy way, and since this is an alt, I don't spend a whole lot of money or time on it. I do conquest to the point where I get crate 5 as opposed to crate 7. 7 being red crate, and so I get the characters a little bit later than usual, but you can see I've gotten to crate 5 at this point, and then I usually try to go 1 farther just to get this Omicron material. But this crate, you can see we're about halfway there to getting Rey unlocked, and then Ezra will just have unlocked. I guess I could just unlock him right now if I really wanted to. I don't think that's going to do me any good. Like I could go and just spend on some shards. Like I could do it right now if I wanted. I have the shards, but I don't have the gear to get Ezra up past like gear 8 or 9. So anyways, the idea is, though, this account has all the conquest characters and accounts and all of that stuff, and then it also has most of the Lightspeed bundles. That's usually what's going on. Is we have I bought the Lightspeed bundles. I got it for Jabba so that I could unlock that dude, and so he's ready. Actually, I even have all of his Zetas on him. Miracle of miracles, and then Jedi Master Luke pretty soon. I got Tuskens kind of recently, and I've been kind of working on in the background just on, you know, some of the newer stuff. We're farming the newer stuff. Like you can see, Shin is she's about halfway there, I guess. Merrick a little bit less, but they're both 5 stars. And I think the biggest thing, and it doesn't really matter for what we're going to be talking about today, but I am kind of trying to expedite the Punishing One farm, and eventually, I think, my guess, if I had to guess right now, I think Dengar is going to be my next Relic 9, for what it's worth, just because of the Punishing One. He'll get his Zeta, because that affects his speed, and the idea is, once you make him Relic 9, which I know it's expensive, it's ridiculous, but once you do that, you make him faster than any of the Leviathan ships, and so your whole fleet goes before them if you're using Executor, and so it becomes a semi-reliable counter on offense, which this account needs, because I don't have Leviathan, and Profundity is, I'm at 10 out of 100. I mean, we're making some progress. I suppose it'll get there eventually, but we still have a long ways to go. So anyways, this account has most of the stuff. The idea also is we do off-meta counters. I mean, obviously, like, we have to use things to beat Galactic Legends that are typically, most people aren't, they're too scared to do it. They want to use Galactic Legend versus Galactic Legend. That's fine, but I don't like to do that. I like to use the off-meta stuff. So as we continue to add Galactic Legends to this account, probably we'll end up just putting them on defense and continue along our merry way. With the possible exception of Jedi Master Luke, I have no idea what we could put him on defense in 3s at least. So anyways, that's basically the context of this account. Let's take a look real quick at the overarching kind of just the strategy that we employ for this account, typically. So last 5v5, I'll show you guys in a minute, but we also do a lot of, we do Datacrons. We use Datacrons quite a bit here. So, let's see, can you guys see any better? Doesn't really look like it. Yeah, so, whoa, what have I done? It got weird. Hold on to your butts. Yeah, so we've got a Malgus team here. You can barely see it. Probably comes off of defense this time, but we've got Ewoks, we've got Rey, and Saw. And so the idea here, folks, is just we need to be putting teams on defense that could either get a full stop on someone, like a hold from somewhere. So we putting Rey on here with an Ufukron, that's probably going to get a hold against a lot of different people, or maybe not, but like putting Cat with her, like this team is pretty challenging. But then also, just like the Ewoks team is not great, but if they underestimate Nisa, that you can get a hold, and we need to hold enough teams to have a solid offense, right? Like, cause I don't. The last thing I want to do is have a situation where I can't clear. I don't want to do a half board strategy where I just stuff half of the board full of awesome defensive teams, then I only clear half of the board. That's miserable to me. I want a full clear if possible. Now, of course, that kind of we don't have the best fleet situation on this account, and so sometimes we just can't get past it. A lot of times we're at 9 million facing people at 12 or 13 million GP, and sometimes, you know, it's the deck is kind of stacked because they all have teams. People have teams that we don't have available, we don't have access to. That just happens. So we want to save enough offense though to be able to win. via efficiency now. But we have geos. Probably I'll keep them for offense. I haven't decided. You will see in just a minute. Just kind of throw some garbage in the back zone though, essentially. And then the top, we just want things that are going to trip people up. So like I know the CLS team, you guys can't really see it that well, but the CLS team is it got some holds last time. Qui-Gon team still gets holds. Everyone derides it and says that it sucks, and it still gets holds. Then we have the Great Mothers. We'll have to see. We'll talk about that team in a little bit, but definitely putting that on defense this season. And then this Queen Amidala team as well, at least some version of it. So, you know, a mixture of. We'll probably throw Jabba on there too, so we can keep one Galactic Legend, Supreme Leader Kylo for offense, and then the rest of them we'll just throw on defense. And the idea is we want to be able to full clear and still have the strongest possible defense, even if that means sometimes throwing some garbage teams on there. So anyways, that's the general gist of what we're trying to do. So I guess we could go over teams now and just like how we go about doing that. First, I guess let's look at the datacrons. You can see I'm getting to the point now. I even have more total datacrons from this set than I did from the last set, though we're not quite to the point of the same number of level 9s. I think we'll have that we'll have more level 9s by the end, and I'm really trying to get as many light side as I can right now, because we just have no dark side, or we don't have no light side on the top. Like I'm looking at, we have like one light side out of all of them, because they're all just worthless Old Republic ones for the other sets. So trying to get a good stash of light side, but then also some dark side are also good with the 25%. Hold on, this isn't the right one. I clicked on the wrong one. Let's see. Yeah, the 20 plus 25% turn meter on the dark side, like that's gonna be good for a long time. Like that's a very challenging thing to beat. So trying to get a good mix of them on this set. This is gonna be an important one. And that's the other way that we win on this account. A lot of times I will actually let the datacrons that they've released kind of guide some of the farms that I do on this account. So I'll have some random teams that are like, oh yeah, that was good for like 4 months and now it's not good anymore. But I haven't actually had to do that for a little bit. I could have done that with Magma Trooper, but who wants to farm Magma Trooper? Dear Lord. So let's talk about the squads here, folks. And the idea, of course, it's tough to make a video saying like, here's what you should use at 10 million, because everyone has a different path. People will be at, whenever I make a video that's even similar to that, people are like, okay, well, I hear what you're saying, but I don't have those Galactic Legends. I have the 4 different ones. You have 3 of them. I have 4 of them. We're in the same place, but we have 3, like, we have no overlap. And I don't know what to tell people when that happens. Like, sorry, guy. Sorry, I don't know what to, like, instead I'm going to tell you guys why I'm placing things on there, so you can kind of get an understanding of why we're able to get holds and get wins against people who are significantly stronger and better than us in terms of roster. Because the philosophy, I think, is the thing that matters more than anything. So here, let's see, can we do the zoom in? Yeah, all right. So all right, we got Jabba, and guys, I'm preaching, or I'm living the thing that I'm preaching. I have Jabba, Chrysanthemum, and Boosh all at Relic 8. Eventually, maybe we'll get Embo and Scando up to 8 as well, 7 or 8. But for now, I mean, this core 3 is so important. You really want high relics from them, and they'll be on defense. Yes, there's a lot of things that counters Jabba these days, but I mean, Jabba's value in this game is just through the roof. It's immense. So yeah, we definitely want him, but he doesn't really hold a specific role on offense. I guess we could if people start placing a lot of Kenobis. Like we don't have like a wonderful go-to Kenobi counter. I guess Jabba could be it. Otherwise, putting him on defense, just I'll probably put him on top and just hopefully mess with people. Maybe we'll put it on the bottom zone. I haven't decided yet. Come watch me on Twitch, folks. It's free. You can watch the replays if you want for free on Twitch. I think you have to watch ads if you haven't subscribed or anything, but I mean, a sub, you can do it for free if you have a Prime subscription, Amazon Prime subscription already. And if not, it's I think it's like $5, $6, something like that per month. It's not too bad. Supports the content creator and stuff, which is me, which would be appreciated. But one way or another, come and hang out with us on streaming nights. I'll have my schedule posted on the Twitch channel. It's all linked in the video description. So anyways, we've got Jabba here. He'll be on defense almost certainly, at least to begin the season. And I usually don't really tweak my defenses that much throughout the season. On this account, it's like, well, if there's something obvious, like I'll get Ezra at some point. At some point, we'll end up putting him on the Rey team here for sure. Because we don't have Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano, aka Glat. But let's see, we also have Supreme Leader Kylo. He's in a weird place. I'm not gonna get Pointy Teeth Rey. She's the conquest character that I'll unlock in like 3 months from now. And so what do we do with him? Like in 5s, we could put him with full First Order, that like he ends up countering most things, but he also just takes a lot of banners away from you. So I do have the armor. I've got her up to Relic 1. I don't know. It's just this awkward thing. Yes, the Relic 2 and 3 aren't that tough to get, but I'm also trying to get Jedi Master Luke primed and ready. And so I need to put relics on Lando and Hoda instead of the armor. And if we use the armor here, we only use low-level Datacrons because we need her up to 3. So, anyways, this will beat some like Leia teams sometimes. Geo Brood Alpha is really nice as a taunting tank, especially combined with the armor, because Leia will do her log roll, and it'll hurt the Brood Alpha, or the taunting dude, enough that armor will get a third stack of Beskar and hand it to Kylo, and then they can't crit Kylo. Can't crit Kylo. Say that 10 times fast. Please don't. It's actually probably not that tough. But anyways, this will be countering the majority of things this season. Honestly, we'll use this as kind of the catch-all. I don't have a specific use for him, but he'll definitely be in use on offense. About yawned here, folks. I don't know what's going on. I'm not even sleepy. But anyways, we have Rey. I have Cat, but I don't have Kenobi to go with him. So Cat, lately, I've just been throwing her with Rey. You know, maybe we'll take Cat off this time and trying to think. If people are placing Jedi Master Kenobi, like Cat on a Padme team is actually still instrumental in beating Kenobis. And I don't know, Kenobi's showing less and less reason to keep for offense. I mean, he does some good stuff on offense, don't get me wrong, but we might run into him a lot on defense this season. And Cat might be really good there. So instead of Cat, I don't know, once I get Ezra, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe for week 2, we'll swap Ezra in, take Cat out. And then the Fulcrum's on here, guys, just because she has a good Datacron and interrupts all the time. I'm not totally sold that she'll be good on Rey, but I don't know if she's going to be, like, transcendent on any team. So we're going to try her there and just see. Her Datacron is really annoying on offense, on defense, whatever, when people are attacking the team. And so we'll see. There's some weird anti-synergy things, though. It's like when she goes below half health, she gets Rey's damage immunity. But then the second your opponent takes a turn, then she takes a turn and gets rid of it. She just dumps that damage immunity. So there's some weird stuff going on. We'll see. I do like the idea of this being a full unaligned Force user squad. And then Cal is going to be handing out his stacks of bonus protection and stuff. Pretty good squad, to be honest. Though, of course, it is stealing from the Seer Malicos squad. Well, we'll just have to see how that all plays out. Bo-Katan Mandalore. I just did a video on the faction essentials for this team. And I mean, she could take out some Jedi Master Kenobi squads sometimes, like Lord Vader. A lot of people don't know what the hell to do with him, especially at KYBER 3 level. She'll definitely be just taking that squad out a lot, probably this season. Depending on what the Lord Vader comp is, we might just use Beskar Mando squad, and then with bounty hunters, and then Bo-Katan can take something else a little bit smaller and less consequential out, like maybe a Saw team or something like that. Definitely a good team for offense, though. Adrad, we'll just have to see. People in KYBER 3 put down some weird stuff sometimes, and even though we don't have a really cool datacron for the fish these days, like if it's a Dark Trooper Moff Gideon squad, if it's a kind of a weaker version of some kind of Inquisition, like you got to be really cautious with that. Inquisition usually destroy Adrad, especially if they have the current Grand Inquisitor datacron. But there are a lot of people who will put some weird stuff down, like Grand Inquisitor lead without Reva or something, or just like Iden. Like we'll see a lot of Iden squads. I'm sure we'll see a few Dark Trooper Moff Gideon teams. Those are ripe for the plucking, and he doesn't even probably need a fifth. We'll just throw like Pow in there or something, someone who has relics that we can use a datacron alongside. We have Saw and his squad here. I did finally get Luthen. Like I had him unlocked for a long time, like at the same time that I usually do, 6 months after he's released, and I finally got it. Once again, we run into relic issues. Probably put him on defense with Saw for now with Captain Rex. Everyone's super low relics here. Relic, well, we have 5 on Kyle because he needed 5 to unlock Starkiller. But otherwise, everyone is 3 or Luthen is 1. And once again, we can only put bad datacrons on because Luthen is going to be restricting us, and I just don't know what to do, folks. Maybe by the end of week 1, I'll have enough relics to get him and the armor up to relic 3. I don't know. I just don't have the relic mats for it. See, I'll prove it to you. Oh, you can't see. Hold on. See that? Signal data. 5 out of 15, dear Lord. And also 14, like the bronzium wiring is also a huge mess. And the carbonite circuit board is also a huge mess. Keep asking, keep looking at what the requirements are, and I'll be able to show you what a huge mess it is. Let's see, we have Malgus, probably, it just depends. I think that we're going to see a lot of Great Mothers on defense this season. If we do, using Darth Revan lead is a nice thing to be able to have. I think Malgus, I mean, he gets beat by Jedi teams at this point. A lot of people know how to beat him. Like, people can use General Skywalker, and you know, this isn't a high relic team either. We don't have Leviathan unlocked, so Darth Revan's a really hefty relic 4. Probably just keep it for offense, and then, I mean, it takes out a ton of stuff on offense, and it could just do a lot of work, including that Great Mothers team that a lot of people have. I mean, if this account has it, you know other people are going to have it. Especially those accounts that are way bigger than this 9 to 10 million account. Darth Bane, we don't have Silly Turtle Emperor to go with him, so he and Darth Vader probably are just gonna, everyone at this level is gonna be placing Queen Amidala on defense, and that's what Bane is probably just gonna be doing this season. If someone has Balin, probably we can take out Balin with it. It'll be interesting to see at what point we start facing Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano and Balin. Like, one of the big weaknesses of this account right now is I don't think I have a great Ahsoka counter. I don't think I do. Nothing that I have is like, oh yeah, that beats it pretty consistently. So we have to be on the lookout for something that can beat her consistently in fives. I'm gonna be interested to see. We gotta come up with something, even if it's a planned two-shot. We have to figure that one out. So I mean, maybe that'll finally get us to farm Leia or something like that. Who knows? All right, so we've got this Seer Malicos team, and Seer Malicos, you can use the Malicos Cron. It gives him a taunt, which is kind of scary against Rey. But then if you put crew on the team, and that maybe you don't even want to do the taunt, you can just you can use a different Ufu Cron and have Maul there, because I don't have Lord Vader, so Maul can go on this team and make this a pretty easy slam dunk against most Rey teams. If they don't place Rey, then who are they? They're a weird person who, for some reason, has kept Rey for offense. Who wants the discomfort of Rey on offense, folks? She can do some good work on offense, but gosh, it's uncomfortable. It's yeah. The discomfort is large. And then I also have Reva randomly. May as well just throw him on this team, because remember, we don't have Fulcrum here. So, anyways, then we have this Qui-Gon team. I don't know, it's like throw Kit Fisto because he has an AoE. It's not great. But we're using a lot of Galactic Republic Jedi on other teams, so Kit Fisto's not terrible. I bought the Lightspeed bundle on this account for the Kit Fisto, like the bad Jedi Council members, basically. So, you know, we have ETH available, we have Luminara. I think Kit's probably the best out of all those scrubs. So yeah, we'll put it on defense, see if we get a hold. Definitely don't put Kelleran back on defense as lead. He's way worse than Qui-Gon is. He really is. Just don't fall into that trap, folks. You're gonna want to talk yourself into thinking he's better than Qui-Gon, and he's just not. He's just not better than Qui-Gon in GAC. Not yet. Probably not ever. Queen Amidala, probably just put him on defense. I had to get R2-D2 up to Relic 7 for the Jedi Master Luke unlock that I keep referencing. So he's here. He only has one Zeta. Look at you, bud. Mr. Trash Can himself. Oh, we kind of want this one. The Dispel All Debuffs. Really? Why did I do this one first? This one is worse than the others. Maybe I put that on him like years ago. I don't remember. Anyways, you can go with Queen Amidala, I guess. It'll feel like the raid. And then I have General Skywalker unlocked, but I don't have good clones at all. My 501st are abysmal, and so he's just kind of free agenting it around. I have a Relic 3 General Skywalker with 3 Zetas. I think last time I did this video for like 3s or something, I asked if anyone had a worse General Skywalker than me in KYBER 3. And nothing I heard was that convincing, really. Relic 3 General Skywalker with only 3 of his Zetas is kind of embarrassing, but I've learned to live with it. Now, Padme... so if you have good troopers, you might want to save, or just okay troopers, even, or just Imperial Remnant, whatever. But I don't really have any of that, and so Moff Gideon can kind of just go with Padme, and we'll just delete something with a bunch of, you know the trick by now, where he reduces everyone's health. Like you make him super fast, which, let's see, is he actually super fast? 349. That's fast-ish. Yeah, he's doing all right. He's okay. Ooh, you guys can hardly see it. Can we get this up with speed? No, we got 300 extra health for all those really expensive mats. What a travesty. All right. Anyways, kind of try to make him kind of fast. Can you guys see the speed? Yeah, 349. So the idea is he's gonna go first. He's gonna decrease everyone's turn meter except for yours, because Padme protects her people and their turn meter from being decreased. And then he also hands out a bunch of bonus protection to people who are support characters for Galactic Republic. So even Eth Koth, he's a support character. Oh, you guys can't hardly see it. In fact, you just can't. There, I clicked support. There, that's the proof. Anyways, he's they all get 20 stacks of courage, and then they delete people. So this can beat some squads. It's you know, the list of teams it beats kind of starts to diminish, but it's still a nice tool in the tool belt. Sometimes Moff Gideon can go with troopers instead. Sometimes we can use other characters with Padme, like I had said before. We can use Padme with Cat to take down like Supreme Leader Kylo squads, or even Jedi Master Kenobi squads. That's typically how it works, but then of course you need C-3PO available for that. I actually have a video on how to do that if you guys are interested. I think it's called like Catme versus Jedi Master Kenobi, something like that. It's a crash course video, I believe. Anyways, so Jedi Revan, I think that these guys would really like to have Ezra Exile on their team. I think Ezra's just gonna go, once I finally get him relic, he's probably just gonna go with Rey, though. So, sorry guys. These guys will take down, like, one of the most popular teams on defense is like a Zori squad. These guys, especially if you have Mace on the team, these guys will take them out pretty well. Some people are going to try to get cute with, like, people kind of do this weird thing where even if they don't have the correct components, they just kind of follow, like they're just kind of followers on what the general consensus of things is. So the people start putting Supreme Leader Kylo on defense with Pointy Tooth Rey, and whereas I think that's going to be a good choice, I think Rey's the only reason, Darkseid Rey's going to be the only reason for him to be on defense. But then we'll start seeing people put Supreme Leader Kylo down, even without her, I think. And so that's another reason I got armor up. Actually, armor makes this team pretty fun. Jedi Knight Revan, throw in armor and make it so that they can't crit Revan. It's pretty fun. And then you go and just delete Supreme Leader Kylo. It's magic. Let's see, Commander Luke. So it just depends on what I end up deciding. Like, if I want to be able to use Padme to kill Jedi Master Kenobi, we need C-3PO available for offense. He's a vital component to that squad's success. In which case, we keep the full CLS team on offense. Of course, they can also be fairly annoying on defense, because people will underestimate them at this point. The squad is so old. Yeah, I haven't decided yet. I don't know if they're going to go on offense or defense, but really, like, C-3PO being able to help the Padme squad, it's nice. It's just we need to make sure we have Jedi Master Kenobi kind of locked up, because our bigger squads and bigger concerns are going to be going toward the newer, most latest Galactic Legends. We need to be able to beat Kenobi and not have to really worry about it. So we have Starkiller here. It is, oh, look at that, Relic 5 Old Ben, because he was required at 5 for a Galactic Legend Grump-Faced Luke. So this team, typically, like, especially now we have the Starkiller Kron, probably kills a lot of stuff. I think we just typically use it to take out Jabba, frankly, in 5s. I think that's probably going to be the best choice. I don't have Afra available on this account, and so I think we just take out Jabba. Incidentally, I have a video on how to do that as well. Starkiller versus Jabba. Lots of videos I've made over the years, over the decades. That's what it feels like, at least. Let's see, Dash and Company. He's a mercenary. He's got a mercenary Kron. So does Vandor, so does L3. These two are apparently not mercenaries. They're scoundrels. They're scoundrelly. Good for them. This team, I don't know. I can kill a very weak Jedi Master Luke, and it will be a very frustrating fight the whole time. L3 does make it a little bit better, though, I've realized. Of course, now we don't have room for Nest if we do that. So, I mean, maybe we boot Queel and take Nest instead. I haven't come up with the best solution, but this team will be against those D-bags who place all 8 or 9 of their Galactic Legends on defense because they want you to be uncomfortable. Dash turns into kind of your savior, being able to beat some of those ridiculous, like Jedi Master Luke, can at least be whittled down with this team. Maybe you want Nest though, so you can target outside of taunts. That sounds nice to me. So Great Mothers, I think if you can get the Kron that gives them plus 25% turn meter, and then my Morgan is not fast, but here let's take a look. You can make her fast if I can actually get the right things to click. There we go. You can, like I said, she's not fast. I have her tenacity modded. But if you can make her pretty fast, then the additional 30 speed from Great Mother's lead, as well as the plus 25% turn meter. This team will beat a lot of squads that were going to be able to go first, but your squad is suddenly able to go first because of all the different cool things you did to make her super speediest. Poor old Wampa, man. The big thing with Wampa and fives is he's a cleanup machine. If you kill enough of your opponent, he can go in and even get you a couple banners back, which is, I mean, obviously it's making the best of a bad situation, but it is very nice. So my Imperial Troopers squad continues to be lame and disappointing, but if yours is less lame and disappointing, you're going to have all sorts of fun this season, assuming you got the right datacrons and stuff. But against, or with Magma Trooper, if you have Snow Trooper, Relict, all kinds of awesome stuff with this squad. Otherwise, we probably just kill... People are like, oh, hey, I should just put Bounty Hunters down on defense. People have been putting Bounty Hunters with Dengar down lately, not realizing that they need a Dengar datacron, and so they place it, they're like, but I put Dengar down. And it's just constantly really entertaining to me that people think that that's actually like a reason something works. So otherwise, yeah, poor old troopers. I guess they do good cleanups against most galactic, like this will kill if you manage to kill all of the Jabba team down to just Jabba, or if you've killed all of Lord Vader's squad down to just Lord Vader, these guys will clean up pretty good, so that's nice. Traya, on my other video, I said like putting Traya lead with Lord Vader could be really strong because Bo-Katan doesn't want any part of that fight, but otherwise, this team is really good for offense, folks, and this is going to be a staple for us for sure this season. It just does really nice. Takes out teams like Starkiller. People will be putting Starkiller squads down, and it's such a nice, like, people put really weird comps down that you're like, I have no idea how to counter that. That was actually kind of clever. Traya just kind of stops that, because of a lot of the theory craft that you see going on with people are like ways to get some really good use out of turn meter and stuff, and Treya's just kind of like, well yeah, you're gaining some turn meter and stuff, but did you realize that as you're hurting me, I'm gaining turn meter, and you're buffing our squad, you're hurting yourself if you're attacking at a turn, etc. So this Traya squad, it's very flexible and does a lot of really neat stuff. The boss squad with Dengar, I guess if you have Zam, you could throw him on defense as well. I don't think, it's probably not a good solution in fives. Maybe it is. We might play around with that idea. More likely, we'll just keep this squad to kill random Lord Vader squads that are getting out of line, or like some people throw Tuskens on defense in fives and the squad will take that out. You can take out like some nice sister squads. You can do some okay stuff. This is also an excellent cleanup squad for a lot of different galactic legends. Sometimes you want Fennec as lead. It's a nice flexible squad. Of course, you have Dengar with his datacron right now. Some of you have Relic 9'd him and made it more obnoxious to for things for him to be able to do. So you can do more damage with him at Relic 9 than you can at Relic 5, that's for sure. Let's see, General Grievous with Newt. I don't have the Spider anymore. Well, he's unlocked. Trench is level 1 right now, so Newt can just easily fit into a Grievous squad, and I don't have Afra, so I don't need to give up B2 on that squad either. Using Newt on this squad, it does a few things. Like, first off, you can take out Star Killer squads. Against Star Killer squads, I guess you want BB-8 instead of Newt. And then if people are placing CLS, General Grievous does a pretty nice job against him, but Newt is actually better than... Poor Stap, man. Stap, I thought, was going to be so good for this squad, and he just is so disappointing. He is just so disappointing. I'd rather have a Gear 12 Newt on my team. And legitimately, I think last 5v5 we killed a few CLS squads and Starkiller squads with Grievous. Never used Stap that whole stinking season. It's very disappointing. I even think I put an Omicron on the fellow. More fool me. The Tuscans, probably not putting him on defense, right? Like, most people have a way to counter him. I wish that we could use the Tuscan Omicron. I played it last season, and I bought that Lightspeed bundle, so I have Tuscans. I don't even have all the Zetas for them, but that's fine. Probably just keep them for offense. They'll counter some, like, weird turn meter shenanigan teams, or mostly they'll just counter the bench. They'll just sit on the bench. It's fine. Disappointing, but fine. And then, yeah, you can see the Ewoks. They'll just go on defense, guys. Nisa, people get cocky about Ewoks, and I guess it's been a little bit since I got a hold with Ewoks, honestly. It used to be you get a hold like once per season, because people get cocky. Some of the reason, of course, is now they look a little scary. They all have relics, finally. They're not that scary, though. They're not well modded. This account doesn't have good mods. So throw them on defense if you need a filler squad. They're better than most filler squads for defense, honestly. And Nisa, she just bounces around so much. Like, if she gets a little bit of turn meter, like, if you can make... I don't... obviously, I've given, like, a slight nod to it, but if you can make your Paplu fairly quick, then this team can be actually really obnoxious. Like, you want him as close to 300 as you can get him. And obviously mine is not that close to it. I've stolen his mods quite a bit. Look at that. This is like the last remaining mod that I used to have. My Paplu used to be one of the fastest out there, actually, on this account, because you could just surprise people because he's got that unique. The people just don't realize. He starts with plus 25% speed whenever he doesn't have taunt. He doesn't start with taunt, so he ends up being a lot faster than people kind of assume he is. And I mean, I was dumb enough to put the Omicron on Chirpa, so does that give... hold on, does that actually give some extra speed? Yeah, so Ewok allies have plus 30 speed as well. So it just makes Paplu surprisingly fast, and then there's a turn meter squad, so people aren't expecting it. Now that my mods are a little bit better, I should probably try to boost some of the speed on him. I bet we could get him up to 260 without it being too much of a burden. Maybe I'll do that. Try to get him and Morgan a little bit faster. Or I'll just be lazy and not do it at all. Anyways, that's about it, folks. Come watch me play on Twitch. That'll be fun. I'll answer your questions. You can ask dumb questions, and we'll only mock you in our minds. No, it's a good environment. It's a lot of fun, a lot of helpful people. The chat is really great. We've grown a really nice and responsible, really awesome community that loves to answer questions and help new players. So come hang out, and we'll see you out there. I think that's it, though, folks. Significantly less than an hour this time. Usually goes about an hour, but I'm not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed. That's fine. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xerath prevails. Take care, folks.